Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego's annual State of the City address. Our program will begin in 5 minutes. Our program will begin in 1 minute. Please make your way to your seats and silence all cell phones and electronic devices. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President and CEO of the Greater Phoenix Chamber, Mr. Todd Sanders.
Good afternoon, everyone. If I can ask you to take your seats, we're going to go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. We are so pleased to have you here with us today. If I could get you to take your seats, we are running a few minutes behind schedule, so we want to make sure that we have an on-time arrival, as we like to say. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm Todd Sanders, President and CEO of the Greater Phoenix Chamber. It's my pleasure to welcome you to Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego's annual State of the City address. The Chamber has the unique privilege of partnering with the city to bring this important program to our community, and we thank the Mayor and her team for their dedication to continuing to work with the Chamber to bring these important updates to our community. To begin our program, now that you've sat down, I'd like you to please stand for the presentation of colors by the Phoenix Police and Fire Color Guard, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Leading us in the pledge, we have members of the Women's Robotics team, and they are Jacqueline Villanueva Castro, Nancy Esquivel, Litzy Montancillas, and Gabriela Hernandez.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Arm. Right. Face. Forward. Mark. Forward. Mark.
Thank you. Please be seated. These remarkable individuals who are here to my left are a part of Desert Wave, Women in Autonomous Vehicle Engineering, an all-women's robotics team founded through a partnership between Si Se Puede and Arizona State University. Rooted in a mission to empower underserved communities with technical and professional skills needed for the STEM professions, WAVE has made a global impact. In 2024, wait a minute, you're gonna wanna hear this. This team earned first place at the prestigious International Robo-Sub competition, surpassing over 40 teams in 8 countries. Beyond their groundbreaking achievements, they're also doing a lot of work in their communities, acting as mentors to that next group of engineers that are coming up through the ranks. And so thank you for being here, and we'll look forward to the movie soon. Thank you. Give them a round of applause. This time, I also like to thank those sponsors that have made this event possible, but I think more importantly, for all of the work that they're doing in our communities. Let me start with our platinum sponsor, Southwest Airlines. Our gold sponsors are Arizona Public Service, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona, Bristol Myers Squibb, and GMH Communities. Let's give them a round of applause. Our silver sponsors, Arizona State University, Copa Health, Hensel Phelps, Ike Smart Cities, McCarthy Building Companies, Phoenix Suns, Phoenix Mercury, Red Development, Salt River Project, Stantec, and Waymo. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Our bronze sponsors, AIA, Phoenix Metro, American Airlines, Arizona Diamondbacks, Banner Health, Cox Communications, CVS Health, Dignity Health, EPCOR, Freeport McMoran, Gannett Fleming, HDR, Honor Health, Kitchell, Kowalski Construction, there we go, Maricopa Community Colleges, Mayo Clinic, Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, Plaza Companies, Southwest Gas, Support Sky Harbor Coalition, United Healthcare, University of Arizona, and Verizon. Let's give them a round of applause. Also like to recognize our copper sponsors who are listed on the screen. We also have some important media partners today: Arizona Big Media, Becker Boards, Clear Channel Outdoor, Friends of Public Radio KJZZ, KTAR, Univision, and Video West. Let's give them all a round of applause. Last but not least, we have a number of city council members, legislators, and some special guests who are joining us here today. So when I call your name, please stand and wave. If you could, hold your applause till the end. We probably won't be able to do that in the beginning because I want to start with the woman of the hour, Mayor Kate Gallego. All right, from our state legislature, Senator Lauren Kuby, Senator Kina Sears, Senator Priya Sundaration, Representative Seth Blattman, Representative Janelle Cavero, Representative Sarah Lagori, Representative Stephanie Semachek. From the county, we have Chairman Thomas Galvin, we have County Supervisor Kate Brophy-McGee, and County Attorney Rachel Mitchell. From the city of Phoenix, our very own Vice Mayor Ann O'Brien, Councilwoman Betty Guardado, Councilwoman Anna Hernandez, Councilwoman Keisha Hodge Washington, Councilwoman Laura Pastor, Councilman Kevin Robinson, Councilwoman Deborah Stark, my councilwoman, Councilman Jim Waring, and our city manager, the illustrious Jeff Barton. We also have mayors from around the valley: Lisa Rakowski, the mayor of Scottsdale; Mark Freeman, the mayor of Mesa; Kevin Hartke, mayor of Chandler; Alexis Hermosillo, mayor of Mirage; Eric Osborne, mayor of Buckeye; and Mark Stanton, mayor of Paradise Valley, also the president and CEO of the Scottsdale Chamber. From other councils, we have Councilwoman Julie Spilsbury from the city of Mesa. We have our board leadership here, our immediate past chair from the Greater Phoenix Chamber, Mr. Scott Smith, and our chair-elect, Stacy Durstein, is here as well. We're also honored to have members of the CAP board, Elena Aguilar, Rudy Fisher, board president Terry Goddard, and Ben Graff. Also honored to have from Maricopa Community Colleges, Dr. Stephen Gonzalez, and governing board member Linda Thor. And finally, last but not least, representing Sonora, Mexico, we have Gerardo Venezuela, who's the State of Sonora Executive Coordinator and International Liaison for Sonoran Governor Alfonso Durazo. Let's give them a round of applause. We're also proud to recognize a local artist, Eileen Martinez, who worked with the mayor's office to design the beautiful posters you see here today, celebrating Phoenix's businesses and landmarks. Eileen, thank you for sharing your talent with us. For those of you in the audience, don't forget to take your poster home with you today. Now, we're going to take a small break for lunch, enjoy some lunch, and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Thank you.
Our program will resume in 3 minutes. Please return to your seats. To continue our program, please welcome back to the stage Mr. Todd Sanders.
Welcome back, everyone. Please continue to enjoy your lunch, and we will continue the program. I would like to take a moment to recognize one of our partners, Southwest Airlines. I do want to point out we have an on-time departure for my friends at Southwest here. We do consider ourselves fortunate to have such a strong partner in Southwest Airlines, and we thank them for their support, not only for our chamber, but our community and their investment that they continue to demonstrate in our region each and every year. So it is now my pleasure to introduce Steve Cisneros, Vice President, Airport Operations for Southwest Airlines, to provide some remarks. Please welcome Steve.
Hi, everyone, and thanks, Todd, for the introduction. It's great to be with you here once again, all celebrating the success of last year here in the city of Phoenix and the bright year ahead. For more than 43 years, Southwest has been part of the fabric that makes up this great community, and we never take that for granted. Much like Phoenix, a great airline is built on the power of connection, connecting people, places, and possibilities. We're doing that here at Southwest, both in the air with more than 220 flights a day, and on the ground with supporting more than 88 organizations focused on making the Valley a great place to both live and work. And I'm sure you've heard that Southwest is embarking on the biggest transformation in our history, building a new foundation for the next generation of Southwest customers. As customers' preferences change, we're changing too. Starting in the first quarter of next year, we'll begin assigning seats for the first time, including introducing extra legroom with up to 5 inches of extra space than currently available. We're also providing more choice for our customers to customize the travel experiences that they want. Some of the maintenance work to get our fleet ready for the introduction of our new cabin configuration is actually happening here down the road in our expansive maintenance facility. And a big shout out to our tech ops teams that are working day and night to bring these planes ready for safe and service to all of you. We're also providing a more rewarding experience for our A-List and A-List preferred members as well, who have the credit card, who receive additional benefits, including waiving the bag fees. Now, I'm a firm believer in our product and service and the bright future that lies ahead, especially here in Phoenix. We offer the most number of nonstop domestic flights than any other airline in the United States, and we're the market leader in more than 20 markets across the country, and we have hands down the best people and best hospitality. And I want to shout out, wave our Southwest family here at the table. So great to see you guys. Here in Phoenix, more travelers are choosing Southwest than any other airline, and we're grateful for your continued support, and we never take you for granted, so thank you. Of our more than 5,000 locally based employees, and we're focused on continuing to earn your business every day. We're proud to be part of the Phoenix community, working hand in hand with community leaders and organizations to make Phoenix not just a great place to visit, but a great place for our employees and customers to call home. Thank you very much.
Steve, thank you, and thanks to the team at Southwest Airlines. We appreciate you. We did mention a number of honored guests. We also had one more that we have here today. We have Representative Matt Gress, who's with us here today, so please welcome Representative Gress. Thank you for joining us. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. We're honored to be here as Mayor Kate Gallego shares her annual State of the City address. And if you've been to one of these before, you know that it's never a letdown, and there's always some really cool takeaways, and today is no exception. I want to personally emphasize just how much we appreciate the mayor's steadfast support of the Phoenix business community and her partnership with the Greater Phoenix Chamber as we continue to do our work to ensure that Phoenix and our entire state remains the best place to live, work, and do business in the country. Now, after the mayor's speech, we're going to do a quick Q&A and some deeper dive on some questions, so encourage you to stay in your seats once her speech ends and we transition, which will just take a minute. I think you'll enjoy that part. So for now, please direct your attention to the screen for a special welcome of our mayor. Thank you.
Phoenix is a city where anyone can come and make a difference, where everyone is welcome to start their next chapter.
Phoenix is the envy of every city in America today. This $100 billion investment will not only create thousands of jobs, it will lead to new homes and apartments being built, new schools, and new businesses.
While cities like Austin have garnered attention for drawing tech companies away from Silicon Valley, Arizona and Phoenix have been just as competitive.
Mayo Clinic is making its largest ever investment in Arizona, announcing a nearly $1.9 billion transformation of its Phoenix campus.
ASU's College of Health is moving to downtown Phoenix with a focus on improving health outcomes for all Arizonans.
I'm talking about the city of Phoenix because turns out it's putting a big, large dent in its housing crisis. Mayor Kate Gallego officially will announce the city is 5 years ahead of schedule when it comes to creating or preserving 50,000 housing units by the year 2030.
We would like to say thank you for the shade over the playground.
The city hopes to get up to a 75% shade canopy.
The Sombra Experiments in Shade is a project launched this year to help bring down the temperature at 9 parks. And as you'll see, they're not just functional, they're pretty fun.
Phoenix Fire Station 62, located just south of Tolleson. Families say they already feel safer with this station here.
All the new housing they're putting up and things, and there's more people that's coming into this area, so it's definitely needed.
Phoenix, let's keep up the momentum we've created. Let's challenge one another to think better, bigger, and brighter. Most of all, let's keep looking out for each other. I used to say our best days are ahead, but our best days are here, and they are here to stay. So let's seize them.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm so grateful and moved by everyone's presence here today. Thank you, Todd, and the fantastic team at the Phoenix Chamber. I want to thank all of the staff here at the Sheraton who are making this event possible today. Thanks to City Manager Jeff Barton, the city leadership team, and every city employee, we live in one of the most cared for cities in the country. We are likewise fortunate to have peace of mind that our first responders offer us all. Let's give our city staff, our police officers, and our firefighters a big hand. I'm incredibly fortunate to serve as mayor of Phoenix, a city filled with extraordinary people on the rise, brilliant doctors and researchers, spirited small business owners, dedicated teachers and public servants, hardworking apprentices, the happiest kids, warm families. Phoenix is my home, and home wouldn't be complete without the people who make me feel whole. My dad, my son, I'm talking about you. Thank you for making every day meaningful and for pushing me to grow, not only as a mom, but as a mayor. I always enjoy preparing for this event. It demands that we look to the future and asks us to reflect on the past. I've had the honor to serve as your mayor for 6 years now, and well, we've been through a lot together. A global pandemic, a recession, then a booming recovery. And today, once again, we're living in ever-changing times. We're seeing more chaos and confusion coming from our government in Washington than ever before. Markets swing with every whim, and that constant uncertainty. It affects our economy and throws wrenches into our daily lives. I'm glad that's not the case in Phoenix. Here in our city, we're showing how government is supposed to work. Amid the chaos and confusion, we're leading with competence and collaboration, and it's delivering results. We've created more jobs and good jobs, the kind that change lives. Wages are up nearly 50% in 5 years. We're building the water and transportation infrastructure we need to thrive. Today, because of the people in this room, because of our city council, because of the everyday people who make our community a better place, and because together we're moving forward to the future, I am proud to report that the state of our city is strong and growing stronger every day. When I ran for mayor and told people that a pillar of my campaign was to grow the biosciences, I got more than a few puzzled looks. But when I shared the story about my mother's journey to get the best care for her battle with cancer, for which doctors told us she had to fly out of state, they'd suddenly get it. Phoenix families should not have to leave the city to get excellent medical care. And in my opinion, the best brains in medicine should be able to stay here and thrive here. The seeds for Phoenix's bioscience growth were planted 2 decades ago, but we've helped it blossom. Since I took office, Phoenix's bioscience sector has seen nearly $7 billion in capital investments, more than 8 million square feet in primary facilities, and upwards of 14,000 new jobs. Our voters know its value. Through the general obligation bond, they helped pave the way to support ASU Health, which includes its new medical school within the downtown Phoenix Bioscience Core. Having multiple medical schools in downtown Phoenix is a game changer for our entire region. ASU Health will combine medicine, engineering, and humanities to create well-rounded practitioners. Students will leverage AI and data science to connect with patients and use groundbreaking therapies to push the next frontier of medicine. Up north, Mayo Clinic is investing another $1.9 billion to continue the transformation of its Phoenix campus. And in Midtown, Creighton University's medical school is graduating its first class. Even more exciting opportunities are on our doorstep. ClinPath, the leading pathology services provider to 11 hospitals in the Valley, has opened a new facility at the Phoenix Cotton Center, just south of Sky Harbor, to speed up the diagnosis of cancer and other diseases so treatment can begin sooner. Today, I'm thrilled to announce a new medical program coming to Phoenix. Also at the Cotton Center, the University of Jamestown is launching a program to train pathologists, the first master's level PA program for pathologists in Arizona, and only the second of its kind west of the Mississippi. That matters for our residents. I'm excited that we're joined today by the university's president, Dr. Polly Peterson. Investments in the biosciences are bearing fruit, and it's no time to rest. Phoenix is committed to advancing medicine and improving healthcare outcomes for all Arizonans, whether you live in Phoenix, Flagstaff, or the Navajo Nation. I've said it many times. The road to cures will run through Phoenix. Let's make it happen. Growth in the biosciences is an incredible pillar of strength in the new Phoenix economy. Another one, semiconductors. The Valley has always had a healthy number of semiconductor companies, but there's no doubt that the world's most advanced chip makers' decision to invest in Phoenix has changed the landscape forever. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC's $12 billion commitment in 2020 was just the beginning. Now, the chip giant, whose revolutionary technology powers our iPhones, has grown its Phoenix investment to $165 billion. That is the largest foreign direct investment in American history. The world's most advanced semiconductors are now manufactured right here in Phoenix. And the city of Phoenix is sponsoring a first-of-its-kind apprenticeship program to help our residents benefit from those transformational investments. I want to talk for a moment about what that means for our residents. Jennifer de la Cruz is a mom of 2 young kids. She was a nurse assistant and before that had a job at Wendy's. She was looking for a better opportunity and learned about TSMC through the Fresh Start Foundation. It wasn't too long before she completed the Quick Start Semiconductor Technician training course. Now she's an apprentice equipment technician, performing critical maintenance on TSMC's state-of-the-art 300mm semiconductor equipment. I also met Nolan Cottingham, a proud graduate of Boulder Creek High School in Anthem. Nolan was working at In-N-Out when he heard about the apprenticeship program through his dad. Today, he's a process technician, working on online manufacturing systems and in data analysis. When he recently built his own personal computer, he made sure the processor was made by TSMC. Jennifer and Nolan are part of the incredible transformation happening to Arizona's economy. These apprenticeships are the building blocks of prosperity for Jennifer and Nolan's families, putting them on track to 6-figure salaries. They are both here with us today. TSMC's campus is creating a ripple effect in our region. Just look to Halo Vista, our planned 2,400-acre city within a city near TSMC. This employment corridor will be one of the largest in Arizona, home to 60,000 jobs. It will be the site of the Sonoran Oasis Science and Technology Park, a premier research and development destination. Nobody on the City Council is working harder to make this successful than Vice Mayor Ann O'Brien. Thank you, Vice Mayor. What's happening in Phoenix is attracting the eyes of the world. SemiCon West, the largest convening of chip design and manufacturing supply chain professionals in North America, has historically been held exclusively in the Bay Area. This October, for the first time, it will be held in another city, Phoenix, and it will return again in 2027 and 2029. Our premier semiconductor ecosystem is spurring more travel too. The number of people who travel between Phoenix and Taipei every day has increased nearly 5-fold in the last 5 years. That means new kinds of opportunity. If you're a regular at this event, you know I have long wanted nonstop air service between Phoenix and Asia. I'm thrilled to share that we're experiencing strong tailwinds in that mission. Pending final gate assignments and starting next February, Taiwan's Starlux Airlines intends to launch a nonstop flight between Sky Harbor and Taipei. The new nonstop Taipei service will launch with Starlux Elegant A350-900 and fly 3 times weekly. We've worked closely with Starlux Chairman K.W. Chang, who has himself been known to pilot inaugural flights. I had the chance to speak directly with both the President and Vice President of Taiwan about this flight, but I can assure you it took a team effort to get it across the finish line. Thank you to Sky Harbor, our Economic Development Department, GPEC, and U.S. Customs. Today, we're joined by executives from Starlux. Will all of you who worked on this partnership please stand? Yes, Sky Harbor has the business credentials, and yes, the Wall Street Journal named it the best airport in America. But it also boasts another important credential. The popular industry blog Cranky Flyer named Air France's nonstop flight from Paris to Phoenix as the sexiest new long-haul route. Awkwardly for me, I went with my dad. Over the past year, Sky Harbor's airlines have started new service to 21 destinations. And I am always happy when Southwest Airlines adds more flights to Hawaii. We continue to connect to new places, and more companies are choosing to arrive in Phoenix and to call it home. In the last year alone, we've welcomed several big names to our city. At this event last year, you saw bottles of delicious sesame dressing on your tables, courtesy of United Foods International. At the time, it signaled a significant expansion, adding jobs in advanced robotics. Now, United Foods has relocated its North American headquarters from the Bay Area to Phoenix. Some well-known Valley companies are growing with new headquarters and new jobs. Legendary guitar maker Fender is consolidating its Hollywood and local operations into a new headquarters in PV, the former Paradise Valley Mall. I can already hear the pop-up concerts in the park. With Councilman Jim Waring's leadership, Phoenix's Loop 101 corridor is turning into Headquarter Alley. Republic Services, Discount Tire, and Sprouts are opening their headquarters there, bringing 1,500 jobs to the area. Congratulations on that incredible success, Councilman Waring. The best way we can continue to keep Phoenix competitive and open doors of opportunity for our residents is to make sure that every person has a path to develop the skills they need. That's the idea behind our new talent accelerator, Innovation 27. It's a collaboration with our partners, including First Place, ASU, NAU, and the Maricopa Community College System. NAU plans to offer a brand new degree, a Bachelor of Professional Studies in Engineering Technology, that will help students enter the semiconductor industry in as little as 3 years. We're also fast-tracking careers by teaming up with career technical education partners to offer non-degree credentials that are essential in today's workforce. Innovation 27 has been a top priority for Councilwoman Betty Guardado, and I know it is going to make such a difference in the lives of so many. Thank you, Councilwoman. A major part of having a thriving Phoenix economy is effectively protecting and managing our water supply. We've always known that. We stand on the shoulders of giants in this space, including my friend and our former mayor, Terry Goddard. Our attention to the Colorado River can't waver. One dry winter could throw the entire basin off balance. That's why I'm excited to work with the Central Arizona Project to create the Coalition for Protecting Arizona's Lifeline. This new network of business, agricultural, and community leaders are joining forces to support Arizona's water security, our economy, and the people who call our state home. I look forward to working with the Central Arizona Project leader and leaders including Mesa Mayor Mark Friedman on this important initiative. There are conservation success stories we should celebrate. In Phoenix, per-person water use has fallen by more than 30% over the last 30 years. We recently received confirmation from the State Department of Water Resources that, in Phoenix, we met our goal to reduce per capita use to 155 gallons a day 5 years early. Large-scale conservation projects continue to make progress, including the Cave Creek Water Reclamation Plant. By 2027, this facility will strengthen our efforts to get the most out of every drop with advanced water purification technology, augmenting our supply with enough water to serve 25,000 households. Just a few years after that, our regional facility at 91st Avenue will deliver an additional 60 million gallons per day to help cities throughout the valley. Our neighbors in Scottsdale have been demonstrating this technology for nearly a decade, and Phoenix benefits from that. Thank you to Scottsdale and Mayor Lisa Borowski. For centuries, the Salt River has sustained life in the valley. Today, it's up to us to reimagine the Rio Salado. This is a vision that was championed by Senator John McCain and Congressman Ed Pastor, and I'm incredibly proud of the recent momentum we've generated to turn it into reality. With the opening of the South Central Light Rail extension in just 2 weeks, we're expanding upon the existing walking and biking infrastructure along the Rio to create a multimodal gateway for residents to access this beautiful space. Though a dry riverbed for much of the year, it's home to wildlife and native vegetation and offers an incredible outdoor amenity just south of downtown. We're reclaiming some of the land along the riverbanks that has been relegated to industrial uses. Phoenix voters are with us. They approved the funds we needed to acquire and redevelop key sites in that corridor. The city recently purchased a site at 7th Street in the Rio, just east of the Audubon Center. Currently an asphalt facility, we envision this site will become a community amenity with dining, walking paths, and spaces for residents to enjoy. Together with our tribal partners, the Gila River and Salt River Maricopa communities, as well as the cities of Avondale, Buckeye, Mesa, and Tempe, we're charting a path forward to reclaim this river corridor that has inspired so many leaders across our community. We're lucky to have the support of community-based organizations, powerhouse entities, including the McCain Institute and Arizona State University, and now an emerging nonprofit collaboration shepherded by Greater Phoenix leadership. Neil Giuliano and GPL know a thing or two about delivering on big visions, and I'm excited about this infusion of cross-sector leadership. These great opportunities show the value of using our resources, whether it's water or land, wisely. That's also true when it comes to energy. Today, more than 90% of our utilities' prospective queue of new industrial electric use is made up by one kind of user, data centers. Data centers serve a purpose, but they also pose risks and take up so much energy that it threatens the future of other kinds of businesses. They produce a lot of heat and noise, but only bring a few long-term jobs. To support the growth of dynamic employment corridors, we have a responsibility to make smarter land use decisions. To uphold that responsibility, the council and I are working to set guidelines to support intentional growth. We need the state legislature to act too. Our state still incentivizes new data centers, a holdover from a time before our economy was the magnet for growth that it is today. I think it's safe to say these tax breaks are no longer necessary. To ensure our precious resources are used to the highest benefit and value for our residents, state lawmakers must roll back this antiquated incentive. All of these exciting announcements These economic wins, they're great for our city. But I also know that, more than anything, our constituents expect us to get the basics right, to keep them safe, to make sure garbage is picked up on time. And I know full well that one of the most important parts of my job is to keep our roads free from a mayor's worst enemy, potholes. While I've been mayor, we have undertaken the biggest, most comprehensive street repair program in our history. Rather than wait until a street is in staggering disrepair, we're keeping a steady maintenance schedule. In 5 years, we've resurfaced, repaved, or sealed more than 2,100 miles of Phoenix streets. That means fewer blown tires and fewer traffic headaches. But when it comes to roads, it takes more than just fixing those potholes. It takes us building the infrastructure we need for the future. We can do that because last year, Maricopa County voters overwhelmingly passed Prop 479. That effort was a great example of how government leaders and the business community can work together to accomplish something meaningful. We're joined today by so many mayors and former mayors who did an incredible job there. Could everyone who worked on 479, Mayor Giles, Mayor Pizzillo, Mayor Osborne, could you just indicate so we can say thank you? Mayor Hermosillo. It really is the work of so many talented individuals who are here today. And from the nonprofit to the business to the labor community, thank you. Thank all of you. For our residents who rely on public transit to get to the office or the doctor, we'll finally have light rail service connecting the South Side to downtown. This project is personal for me. I represented the South Side on the City Council, and I also know firsthand what it feels like to lack access to such an essential part of our transit system. When I was using transit after a seizure, my eyes were open to the reality that so many Phoenicians experience every day. I knew we needed and deserved better transit options as soon as possible So I worked relentlessly to accelerate the plans. Now, the South Central Extension is opening very, very soon. Can we give a round of applause to the many partners in this room for their work on the project? The City Council and city leadership have also focused on another basic responsibility, keeping our neighborhoods safe. Violent crime is down in Phoenix. Homicides are at their lowest level in more than 5 years, and we're seeing a steady decrease in crime in general throughout the city. This summer, we will open a new 911 call center in the tower next to City Hall. This new facility will help us implement next generation 911, which will increase the accuracy of caller locations, improve our response to large-scale events, and much, much more. We've worked closely with our employees and their representatives in AFSCME to make sure the new facility was designed to maximize effectiveness and support the difficult, often emotional work of taking emergency calls. I'm fully committed to ensuring the Phoenix Police Department is one of the top law enforcement agencies in the nation. That's why we put a focus on increasing transparency and modernizing policies that protect our community's most vulnerable. Community feedback and trust are vital to successful law enforcement. For that reason, we created and seated a civilian review board comprised of dedicated residents and passed a slate of meaningful reforms this past September. Together, we've committed to gathering better data, better interactions with residents, and greater accountability when we get it wrong. There's no person I trust more to keep our city safe and to push common sense reform than Councilman Kevin Robinson. We could not have passed these excellent measures without his strong support. A significant change for Phoenix is recognizing that not every 911 call requires a response from a police officer. Our unsheltered population in particular needs a more focused mental health response. One of my first priorities when I became mayor was to implement an alternative response model. And we're now doing that with the fire department's community assistance program. You've heard me talk about this before, and I'm proud that each year it's making a bigger and bigger difference. Last year, our community assistance response team fielded more than 10,000 calls for service, more than a fifth of which were transferred from police. On one of those calls, the community assistance team was called for a welfare check on Deshaun. He was at a bus stop, and as the team spoke with Deshaun, he shared his struggles with mental illness and substance use. He was also having thoughts of self-harm. Deshaun wanted help, and the team was ready. They transported Deshaun to a behavioral health clinic where he got the treatment he needed. That's the kind of response that we need for our community. At the same time, we're investing in the traditional needs of the fire department. The city's 60th station, which is under construction in the Ahwatukee foothills, may be the most scenic one in the valley. It's nestled at the foothills of South Mountain. The station will be a state-of-the-art facility equipped with cancer prevention technology. My colleague, Councilwoman Laura Pastor, has been at the forefront of this issue for years, fighting for the tools we need to combat firefighters' exposure to toxins on the job. Too often, the heroes who go headfirst into the crisis leave with devastating long-term health issues. But thanks to our intentional investments, we're making a real difference. Thank you for your advocacy, Councilwoman Pastor. Top of mind for me as we enter the summer, where our fire first responders come into play in a huge way, is protecting our most vulnerable residents from extreme heat. Last year, as the result of many city departments working together, we opened a 24-hour cooling center, provided key wraparound services to those who needed a hand, and expanded our chilled drinking water pilot program. As a result, two big things happened. Heat-related 911 calls dropped by 20%. And at the heat respite centers, Phoenix teams helped move more than 900 people into stable shelter, nearly 100 of whom were children. This year, we're incorporating the lessons we've learned and doing even more. We've opened a 24-hour cooling center downtown, complete with a kids' play area and a yard for pets. Once again, we'll have wraparound support for those who need it. I'm grateful that my City Council colleagues recognize the urgency of this work and that our new colleague, Councilwoman Ana Hernandez, will bring additional passion to this life-saving work. Thank you, Councilwoman. We're also integrating innovation into the mission with Steel & Spark's cooling tower, a clever design of vertical shipping containers that uses fans and misters to cool surrounding air. This technology is providing relief to hundreds at the unsheltered community at the Keys for Change campus. Phoenix is rising to the challenge, but we need more help. The state and federal governments must do more on this emerging crisis. So too must other local governments. Thank you to Chandler and Mayor Kevin Hartke for stepping up to meet the need with an overnight cooling center in their city this summer. We all have a duty to prevent senseless heat deaths. I'm proud that amid the rising heat in Arizona, our City Council continues to lead in a way that is climate conscious. We have a goal to make Phoenix the most sustainable desert city in the world. We're meeting the ambitious goals we've set. Despite significant economic and population growth, emissions are on the decline. Phoenix is transitioning our bus fleet to near zero emission engines, installing solar arrays on major city facilities, and the city has nearly cut in half the amount of waste we send to the landfill over the last dozen years. As federal support for clean energy hangs in the balance, Phoenix is creating $1 million revolving fund to accelerate the clean energy projects. That means cleaner air, saving money, and making things run more efficiently. Now that's some government efficiency that we can all get behind. Another area where the City Council unanimously agrees, we need more healthy shade trees. Over the next 5 years, we're throwing shade at our summer heat. With 27,000 new trees and 550 new shade structures in our parks, at schools, at bus stops. The Shade Phoenix Plan reflects the voices of countless community members and organizations, as well as the world-class expertise of those at Bloomberg Associates. With help from the Inflation Reduction Act, Phoenix planted nearly 8,000 trees last year in neighborhoods, schoolyards, and pedestrian corridors. And nearly 50 playgrounds at youth-serving organizations have new shade structures. I heard directly from one of my favorite group of stakeholders, first graders, how happy they are they can use the slide all year long. Cities across the nation look to Phoenix as a leader in this space. I'm honored that is reflected in my role as chair of Climate Mayors, a bipartisan national network of city leaders who are dedicated to making their communities healthier, more comfortable, and ready for the future. As great as our economy has been, as big as the strides we've made as a city are, we know that too many of our neighbors have slipped through the cracks. Homelessness has been on the rise across the country since the pandemic, and Arizona has not been immune from this difficult reality. What does make us different, though, is how we've stepped up to get people the help they need. The City Council and I created the Office of Homeless Solutions as a permanent part of our local government just 3 years ago. In that time, we worked with our community partners to help more than 12,000 people end their homelessness. There are many reasons why someone might find themselves homeless, and I've learned the journey back to secure housing is not one size fits all. In Phoenix, our goal is to provide personalized support so that people can get back on their feet. The investments we've made in shelter, rapid rehousing, and rapid wraparound programs are making a difference. After years of living on the street, battling addiction, Crystal and Ralph found their way to the city's safe outdoor space. They eventually moved into a private X-Wing, which is a converted shipping container unit. With support from city staff and community bridges, they achieved sobriety and began participating in an outpatient treatment program. They found jobs, and last month, they moved into their own apartment. Crystal and Ralph are here. Congratulations on this milestone. We are so proud of you. And one of the people who worked hand in hand with Crystal and Ralph is CBI Navigator Jesse Garcia. He is here with us as well. Thank you, Jesse. We also know how important affordable housing is to end homelessness. The City Council passed the Housing Phoenix Plan more than 5 years ago, with the goal of creating or preserving 50,000 housing units in our community. We met that goal 5 years ahead of schedule and surpassed it by nearly 3,000 units. We're not stopping there. We purchased land from school districts to build more housing, and we prioritized affordable housing on city-owned properties. And we're tearing down the old, dated public housing units of the past and rebuilding on those sites. A few months ago, I was fortunate to meet Celia, a Phoenix resident who shared her difficult personal journey with me. She did something that too many of us don't always have the courage to do. She stood up for herself. Celia escaped an abusive relationship that put her kids in harm's way, but doing so put her on the brink of homelessness. Because of the city's investment, Celia found hope and shelter at the Reserve at Thunderbird, a city-supported affordable housing complex. I'll never forget how she described her new life. Instead of crying in her kitchen, today, she dances, sings, and laughs with her children as they cook dinner together. She's discovered and reinstituted her independence in a warm, supportive community. Our investment in affordable housing saves and changes lives. At tomorrow's City Council meeting, my colleagues and I will create a Phoenix Housing Trust Fund to continue to lift Phoenicians up. We know so many factors impact housing affordability: inflation, supply chain disruptions, interest rates, and now tariffs. But we're committed to doing everything we can to create more affordable homes. Councilwoman Keisha Hodge-Washington has been a driving force behind creating this new fund, and we're grateful for her steady leadership to find new solutions. Thank you, Councilwoman. Our investment, one investment and one result at a time, Phoenix is showing how to get things done. And it's not just Phoenix. Maricopa County built the most homes of any county in the country in 2024. Over the next 4 years, we have much more in store to make sure that our already high quality of life gets even better. Last year, I told you about our plan to make Phoenix the most accessible city in the world. We're already global leaders in inclusivity, but I've never been one to settle. We assembled a talented team of experts and advocates who have helped us identify priorities and launch an action plan. It has been led by the one and only Councilwoman Deborah Stark. Thank you, Councilwoman. Just a few weeks ago, one of her group's recommendations went into effect through our police department. It's called the Blue Envelope Program, and it gives drivers with autism a single place to hold their vehicle registration and insurance to use in a traffic stop. The envelope provides easy-to-understand instructions for both the driver and officer to help foster effective communication, take the stress out of the stop, and ensure everyone's safety. I'm happy to share that tomorrow, the council will begin consideration on another one of the group's recommendations, an inclusive home design ordinance to establish basic accessibility features on new home construction in Phoenix. These guidelines aim to make it easier for wheelchairs to access the ground floor and for seniors to age in place and avoid costly retrofits to make their home accessible in the future. We are fully committed to making Phoenix a community that works for everyone, and I couldn't ask for better partners on the City Council to accomplish that task. As I reflect on the progress we've made, I can't help but be filled with gratitude. Gratitude for the people who took a chance on a new mom to lead the city she loves. Gratitude for those who supported me as I navigated a political campaign with an infant. Gratitude for our small business owners, community leaders, neighborhood groups, and the many people who continue to work with their local government to bring forward real results. Phoenix, we have achieved so much. And we've done that by working together. We're showing the rest of the country how cities can lead, even and especially in times of uncertainty. You know by now that my staunch belief in Phoenix, a place where potential is nurtured and unleashed, and a place where dreams turn into successes with hard work. A Phoenix for everyone. A city worthy of the amazing people who call it home. Thank you for your partnership, and thank you for being here today.
Please remain seated for a continued conversation with Mayor Kate Gallego.
Well, Mayor, I said it before you got up. You didn't disappoint once again. So many great things happening in the city. Thank you. And so many things that, that people who are involved in the city every day don't even get to know about. So I do want to go to one of the first things that you talked about. Well, you've been talking about it for a number of years, but that's the Asia service. So Cranky Flyer talked about the Paris flight. I wonder what they're going to say about our new Taipei flight. Tell us a little bit about how that came about. I know you've been working on that for a long time.
This one really did take a long time to happen, and I'm so grateful. There's so many people in the room who we worked together on this. We first, Christine Mackey, our economic development director, and I first met with Starlux in 2019. It was a big bet. They were a new airline and they did not actually have any airplanes at that time. But we started talking to them about what was happening in Phoenix, the great opportunity here. They gave me a toy airplane. My son was quite small then, and he has been playing with it for years and years, so I think about Starlux all the time. Starlux grew as an airline, and the nice thing, if you fly on Starlux, all of their planes are brand new, which is wonderful. So we continued to work. The growth in the semiconductor industry really helped with that. These flights, the seats matter, but also the cargo really matters, and semiconductors are one of the few products that often travel by air. Today, many semiconductor parts might fly into California and then be trucked here. So the fact that they can now fly directly to Phoenix adds diminishes uncertainty, because who knows what will be happening in California, but if you go straight here, we can get them on time. So good options in that area. And just the growth of our ecosystem has really helped. We expect a lot of people to take this flight from other Asian countries, particularly Japan and South Korea, many of whom work in semiconductors, but so many other industries as well. So when we have announcements like the United Food International headquarters, that also helps us build the case for these flights.
Absolutely, and one of the best airports in the country.
The customs team is here with us, and that's also a big selling point. If you've cleared customs in California, you know that Sky Harbor is a much better experience, and so that really helps us as well. The chairman of this airline is a pilot himself, and so I think he really cares about that quality. I'm hopeful he'll fly the first flight.
That would be awesome. Well, I'll let you talk about it next year, but I'm assuming you don't rest, and so I guess I'll wonder what the next target for you is, what the next continent perhaps, but we'll wait for next year for that one.
Todd is Colombian, so he's hinting. I
mean, I'm just saying. So we'll lighten it up a little bit. Last year, you talked about perhaps having a cocktail named after us. Did that happen? Were we there?
It did. We have the Spirit of Phoenix cocktail.
Okay.
So it is associated with a holiday that is coming up that you may not be aware of, 602 Day. I like it. Some people are aware of 602.
Okay. Well,
so 602 Day comes obviously from our area code 602. It is on June 2nd, so coming up soon. And we're trying to use it to promote all things local. You should check out the 602 Day website because they have amazing promotions, so many food specials. You can get a couple ice cream scoops for $6.02. Great drink specials, but also great attractions. You can go to the Science Center, the Desert Botanical Garden, and the zoo for $6.02 on 602 Day. The head of the Science Center was telling me it was their busiest day ever. So mark your calendar for 602 Day. The reason it's associated with the cocktail is we wanted to launch our promotion of local craft cocktails on 602 Day. So when we met last year, it was right around Final Four, and the city was voting on the Final Four cocktails while we hosted the men's Final Four basketball.
Yes, successfully.
Yes, the tourism team did a great job, and I should thank them. Visit Phoenix is our key partner on the cocktail competition as well.
And the Science Center, we're about to get a new planetarium. So, I mean, that's going to be amazing as well.
It's the same technology behind the Vegas sphere. My son was trying to convince the Science Center that it should have a black hole function. I'm not sure what that means, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, that tracks very well. All right, so quick, new places. You travel all around the city, probably every day. New restaurant recommendations or culinary insights.
So our food scene continues to get more exciting and global. We have a bunch of new Japanese companies, one of whom I mentioned, and so I got to go to Yuzu, which is the chef trained at Nobu, has this amazing sushi on Bell Road, so recommendation for folks. Last week I celebrated Phoenix's home. I know there are a lot of mayors in this room, so this may be fighting words, but according to Yelp, the best sandwich in Arizona is in Phoenix. It is the Tony at Frank's Deli.
There you
Three
go.
different types of Italian meat, so I got to check that out at Frank's Deli last week. Later this week, we're going to open a Netherlands trade office, so Dutch chocolate in Phoenix, getting better and better.
There we go.
And then we have some very cool stories with young entrepreneurs here. So we have Marley's Lemonade, run by an 8-year-old on Roosevelt Row, right next to Maddie B's Popcorn, also run by an 8-year-old on Roosevelt Row. So our young entrepreneurs are really impressive, so check that out. It is lemonade weather.
Well, okay, so I have to segue into another young entrepreneur then. What's going on with Michael, your son? He obviously, we've grown up kindergarten, right? Past that. So first grade?
He will finish second grade very soon, growing up on his mom.
So what are we into?
So he's trying a bunch of different sports. We just finished Little League, but I think his true passion is rock climbing. So teaching an old dog a new trick. I tried outdoor rock climbing for the first time in the last
Moms
year.
love that kind of thing.
Mom did not love that kind of thing. I decided that my role in the future will be to watch and take pictures of him. The whole time I was like, is the rope gonna make it? The rope did make it, I am still here, but it was a real growth opportunity for me. But he just flies. He's like, maybe not quite fearless, but just amazing at it. So this is the year when he started being better at things than I am.
There you go. Well, you conquered the fear too.
I was proud of myself. It was also my first time I gave him my camera, and he took like 400 pictures of my like very short rock climbing, so it's well documented since it will never happen again.
We'll wait to see if next year. Okay, we're in a quick lightning round. We're heading into summer. This always gets everybody. I don't know, and I will say, I think it was Dr. Crow. He said he didn't like it, but okay. So favorite ice cream. I'm assuming you do have a favorite.
Mint chocolate chip.
Okay, so you beat Michael Crow there. And then finally, what's your summer plans?
I'm gonna see Beyonce.
Well, all right. Well, on that bombshell, thank you all for joining us. I want to take a moment to thank the mayor's staff who have been absolutely tremendous. The GPC staff, GPCF staff that were here today from the chamber, the team here at the Sheraton, you did a wonderful job. Our sponsors and all of you, thank you. Mayor, thank you.
Thank you guys so much, and thank you again to Cynthia.